Hello,
Hi.
this is Gabby, and today we're going to be doing a really cool transformation on her. So she has been wearing extensions, but lighter blonde ones, and she's been trying to keep her hair super blonde to blend with her extensions, but it's so hard, right?
Yeah, my hair pulls very warm.
Yes, and she's a stylist as well, and if you've been to one of our Harlow hair classes, you already know Gabby because she educates with us. But so today we're going to be taking her more into like a Bronde type of look, right?
Yes.
Are you excited?
I'm excited.
So real quick, I'm going to show you guys some of the colors we're thinking that we're going to use. And then as we're working, we'll kind of show you where we're putting each color so you have a good idea of what we're doing. Okay, so these are the three colors that I think we're going to be using to blend with Gabby's hair. This color is one of our new colors. It's the 11. It has a little bit of a root and it goes into a really, really pretty caramelly blonde, and it has a lot of dimension in it. This one is my favorite color. It's 208. It has a nice root that'll blend well with Gabby's natural color, and it goes into a really pretty beigey blonde. And then this one is one of our old faithfuls. This is a crowd favorite. This is the 1822. It's a really pretty dimensional blonde. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and we'll show you where we place these. The first thing that I always ask my clients when starting their extension install is where they part their hair. Most of the time they respond with, well, I part it on the left, but sometimes on the right and sometimes in the middle. But I really try to make it a point to them, like, where do you part your hair the most often? Because that's where I'm gonna place your extensions. So for Gabby, she parts sometimes on the left, but a lot of the time in the middle. So I'm gonna part her hair down the middle when I'm placing her extensions. I'm parting Gabby's hair in a horseshoe shape. In her, I always start with the bottom row. I'm parting Gabby's hair in a horseshoe shape, and I'm making sure the bottom row is at least an inch above her ear. I'm gonna spend a lot of time working on my sectioning because I want it to be really perfect and not have any stray hairs. Once I have it where I want it, I'm gonna get all of this hair clipped up out of my way. So I'm just gonna go through and kind of check my parting and make sure it's where I want it. And then I'm gonna get smaller clips and clip up where any hair may be sagging. After I have the hair sectioned, I like to take these little tiny clips to mark at the front of her head how far I'm gonna be going so I can be sure I'm spacing properly. So come on over here and I'll show you. So I have this one placed right here. It's about an inch back from her hairline, and now I know when I'm working along here to leave enough room for like another small section here so I can end at this spot. I've got Gabby's hair clipped up to the row, and I ended up using 4 wefts of the color 11, which is the one you can see here with the soft, pretty root that blends into like some contrast. And we did put 1 weft of color 3, like a medium brown, in the middle of this row. So you can see through her ends, she's got lots and lots of dimension, bright pieces, caramelly pieces, and then those darker little strands are from the 3 that you see peeking through. And now that we have her color where we want it, we can go ahead and get it sewn in. Another thing that I really like to do is clip up the hair first and let my client see it in the mirror before I sew it in. So I can be sure that they're liking the colors that I think look nice before I already sew it in, and then they're like, oh, that piece is a little dark, I don't know if I like it, that type of thing. So what I would usually do for a client is go ahead and get it clipped up, everything that I like, and then kind of push it all to the front so that my client can see it in the mirror and see it, kind of touch it and see what they think. And then, Gabby, do you like it?
I love it.
And then get it sewn in. Gabby's first row is sewn in, and you can kind of see when looking at her hair where her hairline ends and where we need to break it up at. So now I'm gonna go about a few inches higher than that bottom row and fill in that area with the next row. I always ensure that I'm putting a lot of stitches right here at this front section so that it lays completely flat to my client's scalp. If there's ever like a piece bulging out, it'll definitely bother them and it's harder to blend in their hair. Okay, so I've got both of Gabby's rows of extensions sewn in. She's wearing 1 weft of 1822, 6 wefts of 11, and 1 of 3. So everything is sewn in, and now we're gonna go ahead and get to coloring. So what I'm gonna do is go through Gabby's hair and low light it so she has a lot more dimension and less blonde hair. And the only place I'm gonna add some highlights is around her hairline. I went ahead and sectioned out this little triangle piece right by Gabby's hairline. So I have it parted down the middle where I know she parts, and then I'm taking a triangle so it's a little wider here and coming to a point here, and I'm just gonna put about 3 foils right here so she's a bright money piece at the front. Yeah, and that's all. So I'm just taking really thin sections. And I'm gonna take here and I'm just gonna weave this piece out. I'm just gonna feather it down. And then I'm just gonna do one more. Let's see, get that piece out. I'm doing the lightener first because Gabby has dark hair and this part's gonna take longer to process than the lowlights will. So I'm starting with the highlights in the front and then I'm gonna go and do the lowlights throughout the rest of her hair. We went through Gabby's hair and did a root tap with Redken 7-in shades, and now I'm gonna go through all of her mid sections with Redken 8-in. So Gabby's hair is all blown out and the color blends really well, but you can totally see where her hair ends and then the extensions come in. So now we're gonna go ahead and start blending everything together. So when I'm looking at the back, I can see where Gabby's hair kind of ends. So what I like to do is take Gabby's natural hair and the higher row, so this top row of extensions, and that's what I'm gonna cut into for blending. I'm not gonna cut into her bottom row because that really establishes the perimeter. So now you can see her haircut blends really well. She's a nice bottom perimeter line, and her natural hair blends really well in with the extensions. All I'm doing here is adding some texture so her hair looks more natural and she has more movement. Gabby's hair is all done now. She's wearing 2 rows of Harlow hair, and she's a gorgeous Bronde bombshell. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we hope to see you at one of our upcoming Harlow hair classes.